The most dangerous cage in the world isn't made of iron bars. It's made of holiday dinners, childhood nicknames, and the phrase, "but they're family." We are conditioned from birth to believe that the people who share our DNA are the ones who will most support our growth. But for many of you, the exact opposite is true. Your family is often the biggest obstacle standing between you and the person you are trying to become. This isn't because they hate you. It's because they are addicted to the version of you that they can control. When you start to change, when you start to lock in, level up your finances, or fix your mindset, you are inadvertently holding up a mirror to their own stagnation. Your growth feels like an insult to their comfort zone. They don't want a new and improved version of you. They want the version of you that makes them feel safe and superior. This is the psychology of family regression, where your closest relatives subconsciously work to pull you back into the old patterns you've spent years trying to escape. They use guilt as a leash and nostalgia as a weapon. If you've ever felt like you have to shrink yourself the moment you walk into your parents' house, if you feel more drained by a family dinner than a 12-hour workday, it's time to stop feeling guilty. You aren't being a bad child or a cold sibling. You are witnessing a psychological survival mechanism where your family is trying to kill your future to preserve their past. In 2026, loyalty to your potential must come before loyalty to your history. The reason your family blocks your growth is simple. Your success creates a status threat within the family hierarchy. If you were always the messy one or the quiet one, and suddenly you become the disciplined high achiever, you have broken the family script. They don't know how to interact with this new version of you, so they try to fix you by bringing up your old mistakes. They'll remind you of the person you were 10 years ago, just to remind themselves that they still have power over you. They use concern as a way to sabotage your ambition, telling you that your big dreams are unrealistic or that you're forgetting where you came from. If you're tired of being anchored down by people who claim to love you, if you're ready to prioritize your own evolution over their comfort, hit that subscribe button right now. This channel is about the hard truths of human behavior that nobody else wants to tell you. We are building a community of people who are brave enough to choose their future over their surroundings. Subscribe now and join the circle of people who are finally putting their mental health first. We are decoding the invisible chains of family guilt so you can finally move at the speed you were meant to move. Psychologically, this is often driven by enmeshment. In toxic family dynamics, there are no individual boundaries. If one person changes, it threatens the stability of the entire group. When you start setting boundaries or saying no to family obligations that drain you, they will label you as difficult or selfish. This is a classic manipulation tactic designed to make you feel like the villain for simply growing up. They don't want you to be an adult. They want you to be an extension of their own needs. There is also the crab mentality. If they haven't achieved their own dreams, seeing you achieve yours is a painful reminder of their own failure. Instead of asking you how you did it, they will find ways to minimize your achievements. They'll say you got lucky or that money isn't everything. They are trying to devalue the very things you are working so hard for, so they don't have to feel bad about not having them. This creates a low-ceiling environment, where any attempt to fly higher results in you hitting your head against their expectations. You cannot grow in a room where the ceiling is intentionally kept low. To survive this, you have to realize that you don't owe anyone your future just because they were part of your past. Genetic connection is not a contract for lifelong access to your energy. In 2026, the found family is becoming more important than the biological one. You have to find people who celebrate the person you are becoming, not just the person you used to be. This might mean low contact or gray rocking, giving them the bare minimum of your personal information so they have nothing to use against you. You aren't betraying your family, you are protecting the only life you have. The greatest gift you can give your family is actually your success, but you can only achieve that if you stop letting them vote on your decisions. Stop seeking approval from people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Your growth is your responsibility, and if they can't handle your light, it's not your job to dim it so they can see better. It's your job to move so far ahead that their voices can no longer reach you. Lock in on your goals, build your own sanctuary, and remember, your DNA is a fact, but your circle is a choice. Choose the people who want to see you win,